There he is, the demon thief himself, the demon king, the dwarf of the Ganon. The Triforce. Before time began, before spirits and life existed, 3 golden goddesses descended upon the chaos that was Hyrule. Din, the goddess of power. Nehru, the goddess of wisdom. Farore, the goddess of courage. Not far into the game, we're already getting into the creation mythos of Zelda. I think this is the only Zelda game where you see the goddesses. While they're just, you know, golden, like, women statues, technically that is them. I mean, I think we technically get to see a depiction of Hylia in Skyward Sword, but you know, this is the first time we really get to see them, and they don't get brought up, much after this. Again, those 3 created the Triforce, the Dorito that everybody wants. I guess it's 3 separate Doritos that make a super epic Dorito. So Ganondorf wants to get his hands on the Triforce because, again, it can grant pretty much infinite power and a wish. A Triforce is normally, like, always, like, the big thing in Zelda that everybody's after. Normally, anyway. There's a couple exceptions. Even though we technically defeated Goma, it was too late. The Great Deku Tree is still going to die. Our battle was in vain, but we've now been entrusted with a quest to go meet Princess Zelda, and we'll need to obtain the strength to stop Ganondorf. Granted, may I remind you that Link is currently like 9 years old. He's like 9 or 10, and he has already been entrusted with this journey to save the whole kingdom from annihilation from a guy whose nickname is the Demon King. Anyway, we've been given the Kokiri Emerald. We'll need to take this to the Princess of Destiny in order to prove that, again, we are on her side. We'll need to get some assistance from her in order to figure out what to do next. Alright, can we get some Fs in the chat for the Great Deku Tree? Right. And now time to be blamed for his death. Yep, and now we're pretty much ostracized. Man, when you really like, think about it, again, Zelda is pretty dark sometimes. Again, the Great Deku Tree just told us, didn't comment on it, we were not, actually no, he didn't tell us, I wasn't paying attention. He tells us later. Sorry, disregard. Anyway, we are now, pretty much being exiled, because the village is now blaming us for the death of the Great Deku Tree. That, and we also, again, have to go on this quest. While it may not be the Ocarina of Time, we do have our first Ocarina. The Fairy Ocarina. A gift from our close friend, Saria. And pretty much only friend. That right there, that shows that Link has character, despite that he's a mute and doesn't really get to do much or again say anything. Right there, that hesitation before he took off, you know, those slow steps backwards before he took off running. Man, that really shows, like, he is pretty upset by that he has to say bye. I mean, it's not bye forever, but, you know, you can tell that he's a boy who is kind of going in through a hard time here. Anyway, we are now at Hyrule Field. I'm gonna skip this Al's dialogue because it's long and he's telling us crap we already know. Nobody likes Bora Gabora. He was just giving us some basic control tips and telling us to go to Hyrule Castle, which the Great Deku Tree has already told us to do. Now, Hyrule Field sucks. This place is huge and empty, and as young Link, we have no way of really getting around quickly at the moment. So, to get to Hyrule Castle before it falls dark, we're going to be doing a lot of this. Side hopping like this is faster than running, it's faster than rolling, but as you can see, it's already getting dark, we may not make it in time. If we don't make it to the castle gate before night falls, we will be locked out and we'll have to wait till morning. Oh, we barely made it. Okay. We will explore Hyrule, like, for realsies later. But for now, here we are at Hyrule Castle Town. This room is pretty much here just to farm rupees. It's full of pots, and that guard over there tells you to destroy them all. Here, we'll talk to him real quick. He tells us to smash the jars. And he also wishes that there was more, chaos in the world. Well, later on, he might get his wish. We'll get to see that later. Anyway, we're just gonna farm some rupees real quick. We're gonna need quite a bit of them. And there's also a gold sculpture in here that we'll go ahead and nab for future. There he is. We made 50 of these suckers, which is unfortunate. At least we got 4 so far. Every 10 of them you get up to 50 gets you a reward, and then from 50 you have to get 100 to get your last reward, and the last reward is just rupees. Pretty garbage. Anyway, here's Hyrule Castle Town. A lot of neat things here. You got a couple mini games, lots of people. Very vibrant and peaceful. We're gonna go ahead and do a minigame real quick. We'll go ahead and do the archery game. Do this just to get an upgrade to your ammunition. Let's see if I can do this first try, because sometimes I do this first try, other times I royally mess up. As young Link, the targets always come out in a set order. As adult Link, though, they come out in a random order. So it is a bit easier as young Link. The slingshot also shoots a little slow. As you see, it takes a second for the bullet to travel. Got it first try, though. Alright, so now we can carry 10 extra bullets. Bullets, seeds. Link's packing heat. Alright, so we need to make our way to the castle. This version of Hyrule Castle actually appears in Smash 64 as a stage. It's actually one of my favorite Smash Bros. Stages. Bora, I already know, you told me earlier. Bro, not only is his dialogue really long in the original game, they automatically put the selection of, do you want to hear what I just said again? At, you know, like, yes or no. They put it on, like, yes, please, tell me again. So if you're just mashing to skip through the dialogue, you'll accidentally hit that, and he'll start all over. Man, the Zelda devs were assholes. Anyway, we'll need to sneak our way in. You can't just... Not anybody can just walk into Hyrule Castle and demand an audience with, you know, the royal family. It's a good thing that these guards have zero peripheral vision and love to stand still, because it is very easy to sneak past them. If we get caught, they'll toss us out. say here's a Gothic stone. These strange stones will tell you the time, and if you have the Mask of Truth, they'll also tell you rumors and secrets of Hyrule. Those stones are from the Sheikah tribe, an ancient clan of ninjas who would protect the royal family. Pretty crazy stuff. Again, Zelda has a lot of really cool lore. I might talk more about it. Again, so far, we're just a boy in this world who's been tasked with, warning the princess of an evil that is coming that we must stop unless, the kingdom is to fall. How, Mario? Yeah, so this guy, he's not Mario, but he might as well be. Malon, he's even got a Bowser brooch, is asleep blocking our way into the entrance. So, we'll need to find a way to wake him up. We'll need to go ahead and get caught. Raise your hands! Okay. Alright, so now we need some daughter intervention. This is Malon. Or, the guy before was Talon. This is Malon, sorry. Yeah, they own Lon Lon Ranch. Excuse me. It's a place across from Hyrule and Castletown. We'll be going there a little later. So we'll need to hatch this egg into a chicken, and this chicken will wake up Talon to get out of our way. Yeah, do you see there now I can use the D-pad for certain items. It's pretty cool. Same for the Ocarina, you can map it to the D-pad. I normally just keep it on D-pad down. As you notice, and I'm sure lots of other players of Zelda games do this too, everybody puts their items in specific spots. You know, I have the Deku stick on X, so it's like right next to the A button. I put shooting weapons like the bow on the right bumper, because it's the closest thing to the right trigger. You know. And the D-pad, I use it for items like the Ocarina, where you don't really need them in fights or anything. You use them for puzzle solving. Alright, we gotta run over back to Talon and wait for this chicken to hatch. Yeah, so story-wise, so far, we woke up. We were told that our leader of our village was poisoned, and our pretty much only parental figure, he dies, and gives us this dying quest to go save the world. And again, we are 9 or 10 years old. Again, Ocarina of Time is a very slow game. At times, again, this backtracking, like, we just had to do this stealth stuff, like, twice. The game will do a lot of things like that, and I get that it's kind of nitpicky, but man, does it get really annoying, especially on repeat playthroughs. And that's why I like the PC version here, because you can speed up the text and whatnot. And if you're doing randomizers, randomizer tools, either on the PC version or if you're playing N64, have a lot of features to help cut down on, you know, just time-saving stuff. Okay, now we wait. Exciting gameplay. What other things can I talk about, Zelda-wise? Drawing a blank here. Again, I guess I could talk about timeline placement. All the Zelda games are technically connected in some way. Watched a really good video about explaining the timeline and how a lot of people misunderstand it. Ocarina of Time is one of the earliest games in the timeline. This is the origin story of Ganondorf. And because this game has time travel, it also splits the timeline into multiple branches. And from those branches are, you know, the other Zelda games. As you can see, you know, down below me, we'll be playing as Young Link and Adult Link. And that's where the timeline split happens. There's the Young Link timeline, where we get Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess. Then we have the Adult Link timeline, where we get Wind Waker and the DS games. There's also a timeline, though, if Link dies. If Link dies, then we get Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, the Oracle games, Zelda 1, and Zelda 2. Pretty interesting. Before Ocarina of Time is Minish Cap, and then before that is Skyward Sword, the origin of Link, Zelda, Ganon, and their endless struggle for the Triforce. Chicken hatched, so we can finally move on. What in already? Yeah, Talon. Alright, bye Mario. Okay, now that he's out of the way, we can use these milk crates to make us a platform so we can get to that little hole there where the water's coming from, so we can sneak into the castle garden. I will do a randomizer eventually. I'm gonna do there's a randomizer that combines Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask together into one big game. And I really want to play through that someday. I think that'd be a lot of fun. But not after, not until I beat Vanilla Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask for you guys first. Anyway, so now we're at this guard stealth section. Normally in randomizers this gets skipped, so I haven't really played this in a while. Hopefully I don't get caught. It's not hard, it's just I'm impatient. And so you could climb up and walk across that beam up there, but I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I wonder too. We're gonna just go down here. See, interesting statue there. You can tell it was originally a 2D texture. It still is a 2D texture, they just made it look a lot nicer. Hopefully that guard behind us. Yeah, okay, good. Almost there. This is the last section. One of the quality of life enhancements that you can turn on is being able to see the guard's vision. Like their cone of where they can spot you. Come on, get out of my way. Oh god, that guy. Okay, good. Alright, I made it. I always get a little anxious during that last part. There she is. This song that's playing right now is a Zelda classic. Zelda's Lullaby. We will see it in many games. Anyway, 2 little Easter eggs here, though. Easter egg number 1, shoot a slingshot over here. This dude throws a bomb at you for causing trouble in the castle courtyard. The princess is right there! What if she gets caught in the blast? Anyway, other thing. Oh, look at that. Oh, they actually changed this. So in the original game, if you look through this window, you see portraits of Mario characters, and it's art reused from Mario Kart and Mario 64. Here, though, looks like they got... See, it looks like Donkey Kong and Bowser from Brawl, Samus, which I don't recognize where that artwork is from, and Mario, a generic render of him. Oh, and also the logo for the PC port, Ship of Harkinian. Anyway, so, yeah, that's cool. In the 3DS version, it's like a Mario level inside this window. Anyway, shoot this window, get some rupees. Pretty neat. Oh, when I found that out as a kid, when I saw Mario and them in there, I thought that was so cool. Anyway. Princess Zelda. You know, if I was more confident, I would do goofy voices for the characters. I don't know, maybe some of you find it's a blessing that I don't do that. Maybe it's cringe for you. I'm pretty cringe in general, though. Yes, we have the spiritual stone. Yeah, so Zelda had a bad dream that the apocalypse was coming. And then a green boy and a fairy from the forest would come. Ain't that a coincidence? Also, I didn't comment on it before. Yeah, I always use the name Link when playing Zelda games. I just prefer that. Even when I was a kid, I called him Link. Link is supposed to be the link between you and the game. So normally you would put your own name. But, you know, Link to me is a separate person. He's not me, so. Although most people like to do goofy stuff. They'll name him like Dingleberry or something, I don't know. So Zelda's gonna finish the Great Deku Tree story about the creation of bestows with the goddess and the Triforce. Yeah, this is where it's revealed that the Triforce will actually grant you a wish. One of Link's descendants, Link to the Past, will actually manage to grant his wish with the Triforce. Maybe we'll see that if we get to Link to the Past on this channel. Popular urban legend of Ocarina of Time is that it's possible to obtain the Triforce, because in early versions of the game it was going to be possible. Unfortunately, though, that never came to be, and, you know, similar to Mario 64's like Ella's Real Rumors, the whole obtaining the Triforce was such a big deal. Especially because in the pause menu, the Triforce looks like it can be obtained, but it's just decoration. Now we'll get to gaze upon the killer of the Great Deku Tree. There he is, Ganondorf. Leader of the Gerudos. And he swears allegiance to Hyrule, but he will soon betray him. And Zelda's prophecy will come to pass, unfortunately. So we need to obtain the 3 spiritual stones in order to keep Ganondorf away from the Sacred Realm and the Triforce, because if he were to obtain it and have his wish granted, the world would be in ruins. And this task is being performed by 2 children who aren't even teenagers yet. Man, you think the youth nowadays have it rough. Anyway, we got Zelda's autograph. We'll need this later to prove that we are connected to the royal family. Here is one of the last of the Sheikah, those ninjas I mentioned before, Impa. She is Zelda's nanny and personal bodyguard. Here's our first song. You learn Zelda's lullaby. Similar to Princess Zelda's note, this lullaby will be an important tool for us, since it also again proves that we are connected to the royal family. It'll act as like a passcode for puzzles and such.